We celebrate today the feast day of Our Lady of Guadalupe, and this happened around the year 1530. Okay, so what was happening in the world in 1530? A little short history lesson for you. When did Columbus sail the ocean blue? In 1492. Okay, 1492. So this is not long after the New World, after the Europeans had come to the Americas. Okay. And the faith was being brought, and different challenges as well. But nonetheless, a generation after Columbus, and what was happening in Europe at this time? What happened in 1517? Anybody remember what happened in 1517? A major issue, giant thing happened in the church, like one of the most significant events in the history of the church, the Reformation. So Martin Luther, it's 1517, and here's Our Lady of Guadalupe. And Deacon Mike pointed this out a few years ago. Around this very moment in the history of the church, this being divided, and so many people are abandoning their Catholic faith, and then simultaneously Our Lady appears to Juan Diego and ushers in really a miraculous period of conversion in the Americas, where there's just a huge, like overnight expansion of the church. And so that was on my mind this morning, kind of the historical moment 500 years ago. This is 500 years ago. And in some respects, church history can be divided into these 500-year blocks. The first 500 years, and then the collapse of Rome. The second 500 years, and then the great schism between the East and the West. And the third 500 years ends with the Reformation. And now we're at the end of the fourth 500 years. And what's happening, and so we're praying for that the Lord gives and the Lord takes away, and there is this thing happening. So what about Our Lady of Guadalupe? We read a moment ago about this woman. The God's temple in heaven was open. The Ark of the Covenant could be seen. A woman clothed with the sun. So we say, this is one of our understandings of who is Mary. Mary is the Ark of the New Covenant. Who is Mary? Mary is the woman clothed with the sun, with the moon under her feet, with a crown of 12 stars. She's pregnant with the child who will rule the world with an iron rod, which is an allusion to Psalm number 2. Psalm number 2 is very clearly what we call a messianic psalm. And it's a prophecy about the coming of the Messiah. And he has an iron rod and he rules the nations. So this is who this woman is pregnant with. So, Our Lady of Guadalupe, this picture, the miraculous painting given to Juan Diego to be brought to the bishop as a kind of way of convincing the bishop that this neophyte Native American is in fact sound in his mind and in his spirit when he says, the Blessed Mother appeared to me and said, do this. And so this miraculous image is giving Our Lady of Guadalupe. And from that painting that is a Native American young woman, that's who it is, a Native American young woman dressed in traditional garb with a sign of her pregnancy. And so that's one of the reasons that, I wanted to read, there were two options for the reading today. Mary set out and traveled in haste to Elizabeth, and right? So Mary, the pregnant Mary, is meeting Elizabeth. The pregnant Mary met Juan Diego, and Juan Diego was, moved by his encounter with her, but also wasn't totally convinced himself. he was like, still concerned about his uncle's health, and he wanted to avoid encountering the Blessed Mother one day because he wanted to go to his dying uncle's bedside. And Mary have said, "Hey, where are you going?" and assured him that his uncle would be well, and that to please continue on the mission that I have given you. And so a couple of takeaways today. That Mary brings Jesus. Mary had to say yes. Mary said yes. She brings Jesus to the world. This is her role. What is Mary's role? Behold your mother. Mother Mary brings our Lord Jesus to the world. What are we supposed to do? We are supposed to say yes and bring our Jesus to the world, right? And so today, a beautiful, historical, miraculous event in the history of the Americas, the conversion of the Native Americans, Blessed Mary appearing as a Native American girl to Juan Diego and beginning this new era in the church. And again, the Lord gives and the Lord takes away, and so here we are, continuing the struggle, right, to receive the full grace gift of faith, and as the image of Our Lady on the tilma, to be pregnant with Jesus, to bring Jesus to the world.